University of Oregon is located in Eugene, a city of 80,000 people, situated in the lush Willamette River Valley, midway between Cascade Mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Touchdown, Stewart. Yeah, I got your speed right here.
Hey, ball corner 10, outside 5. Are you kidding me?
I'm really proud of where this team's at. We got a lot of work to do.
What's the deal, Duck family? I am Kenjon Bonner, as always, alongside my boy Jay Stu, and we want to welcome you to another episode of the Ducks of a Feather podcast. Listen, what a weekend it's been, what a week it's been. Grateful to be here in this space with my guy. How are we doing?
Good, man. You know, we have a friend named Lamar Mack.
L Mack?
Me and L Mack. Shout out to L Mack, L Meezy, Fashizi. We won our club. My club had a member guest golf tournament this past weekend, and we won our flight, man.
Okay.
We made it to the shootout. So when you get to the shootout, you play against other tiers, right? You play against guys that are 20 handicap and a single digit handicap and plus minus, all that, right? And so we was in the 15th group, and lo and behold, we won our flight, man. We went to the shootout. And we didn't make it. So we got work to do. Okay?
So it's some improvements need to be made.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Golf is going to be like that forever. Always going to be room for improvement.
Listen, I say this about golf. I say golf is the absolute hardest sport I've ever played in my life. It's the hardest game I've ever played in my life. And for those that do play, you know what it is. It's up, it's down, it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, it's everything that's in between. But all it takes is that one good, sweet shot.
Yeah.
Just that one perfect swing, perfect contact, the sound, the distance, the loft. And you like, you know what? I love this game. And the very next shot, I hate it. I hate it. I'm done with it.
It go to sugar to poop. In 1 second.
And 0 to 100 in no time. Listen.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my weekend, and the Panthers won. Rico Dowdle. I don't know. You know Rico Dowdle, right?
Yes, I do.
Miami got hit with that Rico, and I got to see it live. I got to see it live and in person. Yeah. And so it's always good to have a stable of running backs, just like the University of Oregon does. So yeah. I just want to just tap in with what I had to experience this past weekend. It was a good weekend, man.
I love that, man. I love that. Me, on the other hand, I was in dad duty.
Okay.
Was finally in town over the weekend. I've been gone I have been gone every weekend.
Yeah.
With the media stuff. So I was finally home this weekend. My youngest boy had a soccer game, so finally got the opportunity to get out there and go watch him play soccer.
How'd he do?
He did good. My guy out of shape.
Okay.
He's here now.
Getting back running, huh?
Listen, he's here right now. And so I was like, you got tired this weekend? He was like, yeah, I did. I was really tired. I said, you know what to help you with that? He said, what? I said, running.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I said, do you realize how fortunate you are? He was like, what do you mean? I said, you have somebody right here in your house at your fingertips that knows what it takes.
Man.
But you don't want to listen.
Hindsight. They ain't going to know until it's in the past.
Yes, I said, you want to listen to everybody else except the man that's done it.
Especially, listen, youngster, if you're listening to this, you better listen to your daddy, okay? Your daddy was fast, he's smart, he can sing, he take care of his skin, he take care of his hair, juices and berries.
Yeah, all that.
All that, man. Listen, you got a good daddy.
Listen, I know where to come when I need a confidence booster, okay? My dog will give it to me.
I'm here, dog.
Man, so yeah, was with him, watching him play. They ended up losing. I think they lost 3-1. It was a kid on that other team. I said, that gotta be Messi's son. Gotta be his son. I'll check his birth certificate.
Footwork was out of control.
Listen, my dude was hitting shots from angles that I don't think pros can hit shots from. I said, what is this? He crossing over, getting to the middle, penetration. I said, no, we got to check his birth certificate. Now, I need to see it again because something ain't right. Something ain't right, but it was a good game. Good to see the kids get out there. Then on Sunday, man, just had a relaxing day. Chill with mom, pop, relax, ate some good food, cooked, and then, got ready. I made a steak stir fry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something light.
Light?
Yeah, they call me Chef Boy RKB.
Chef Boral KB.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need
That's
to
what
get a
they call
shirt
me.
made. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are out there and you own a shirt company, please make that shirt and send it to us.
Yeah, man. So no, it was a good, solid weekend. Watched some good football. You know, we had some guys absolutely put on this weekend. Shout out to DG.
Yep.
Shout out to Bo.
Bo
absolutely put on.
Bo knows.
And listen,
he knew then and he knows now.
Yes, he does. Listen, and I'm a Philly fan, right? That's my squad. But
Yeah.
I was helping one of my friends with her. I don't know what you call it. I'm not a gambling man, but she had a list of, it was like 12 games she had to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
And we went back and forth about this Philly game. And I told her, go with Denver. And she was like, why? I said, Denver's defense.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Denver's defense will keep them in the game long enough for something to happen. You know, that's what it was. And she ended up taking second place. And I don't know how this gambling world works, okay? I don't participate. It's confusing to me. But either way, I helped her out.
Just hit the money line.
That's it. Listen. And she was like, we could split the profits. I said, I don't want your money. I don't want your
money.
I don't
want your money.
I don't want your money. I don't want it. I don't want it. I just want to know that I know what I know, okay? Yeah. That's all I want to know. And I know.
Yeah, the Denver's defense was over there playing deep in the box. So you know what that means for the run game. It is not happening.
Over with.
It's not
over with.
But that's what, when you got some dogs in the secondary, you can do that.
You can do that. You can load that box up and let them boys be on the island and just play ball.
Yeah.
But that's not a luxury that a lot of teams have. DG got out there for the first time, got his first NFL startup under his belt, played well.
Yeah. Got some growing. The team in general has some growing. Whenever you're switching quarterbacks mid-season, this is the 5th week that they just got done with, you got another quarterback coming into your system. It's going to take some getting used to.
1,000%.
Yeah.
But I think anybody that's played in the league and anybody that knows ball knew that something would happen at the top, right? We knew that Flacco would not be the guy all year long.
Nah.
Flacco gonna give you 1 or 2 good games, and then, Father Time gonna do what it does.
Yeah, he gonna give up that pill.
What? You gonna throw it right to you?
Here you go.
Take it. Take it. You get a pick. You get a pick. Everybody gets a pick.
Oh, man, I thought he was wearing a Browns jersey.
Yeah, man. Playing for the wrong team. But shout out to DG, man. Hopefully he can continue to go and kind of quiet the noise outside, because there's a lot of noise out there in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And really it's unfair to both guys, right?
Yeah.
And it's really unfair to DG, who is just there to play ball.
And doing everything the right way and just putting his head down and doing the work.
Listen, listen, young people. If you need somebody to look after and watch DG, how he handles and how he's handled that. Now, did have a slip up. I don't going back to preseason with what he said, but the dude shows up, goes to work, stays quiet, puts his head down, goes to work, and gets out there and gets the job done. So shout out to DG. But listen, Stu, we got some ball to talk about. And before we get into this week's upcoming matchup versus Indiana, we got to go back, okay? We got to talk about
back in the time.
And we got to talk about good old Happy Valley Penn State, right? Oregon had a phenomenal win on the road. And again, being there in probably the toughest environment in all of college football. Whiteout, the noise, time, game day, all of the things, right? All of the things. And Oregon goes in there, double overtime, gets the job done, walks out of Happy Valley with a W. Happy Valley, woo.
Happy Valley with a W. I like Happy Valley. Happy Village.
That. No, let's not. But walk out of there, get the W, and the conversations and everything is what it should be right after a win like that. Then come this week, Penn State makes a trip down to UCLA and absolutely gets their behind whooped, okay? BTA was in full effect out at the Rose Bowl. And listen, it appeared to me that loss to Oregon took the wind out of their sails. I think that loss to Oregon really did a number on those guys. Really did a number on them as a coaching staff, as a team. Like, I feel like Tupac right now, as a record label and establishment.
Got my back against the wall. I don't know who to trust. Like, who was that in the elevator?
Yeah, man. So it looked like that was carryover from the Oregon loss that they took. But you get out there and you're facing an 0-4 team in UCLA, right? A team that made a coaching change, got a new coordinator, new interim head coach, and Coach Skip. Shout out to Skips, the Skip bloodline, okay? Before we go further, I'm watching the game. I said, wait, what? Skip? I text Skip, I call him, I said, man, listen, I'm watching this football. Boy, you got football in your blood, don't you? They everywhere. They're everywhere. But shout out to those guys getting the dub. But this is a game that you're absolutely supposed to get back on the right foot.
Yeah.
You're absolutely supposed to come out here and smack UCLA, who is a struggling team, not necessarily a good team, far from a great team. But you come in here and
you wet the bed. No, you wet the bed.
Wet the bed, pissed all down your leg.
Yeah, listen. You old enough, you have more experience, all that jazz and all the hype and all that, so you know better, so you got to do better. But clearly, there's been a broken trust. That's what this is all about, fella. Them kids in that locker room trusted the system. And when Oregon came into Happy Valley, the system was broken.
Turned that smile upside down. Was no longer happy. Was no longer happy.
No longer happy.
What I'm hearing is you telling me it's trouble in paradise.
Oh, yeah. There's trouble in paradise. Is that a song? Nah,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you just made that up.
Don't
Don't worry about it. Let's keep going. No, don't worry about it. Keep going.
But anyways, but you're right though, man. Like paradise is no longer happening for Penn State as they got kicked out of the top 25.
Listen, you went from 3 to wherever you was last week to no longer in the picture.
You was a hero, and now you are a 0.
That Valley ain't so happy.
You better call your Papé.
We are old. We are old.
Nah, man, we culture. We identify. Right.
Yeah. This. Now that loss that they took, that weakens that Oregon win, does it not?
It does.
Because it was a phenomenal win. And so now when you look at the rankings this week, and again, we can talk about rankings because we're not playing on a team. We're not in it. So again, a week that we're off, we take a step back, we get dropped in the rankings, we go from 2 to 3 behind Miami, all because
Penn State.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna say they choked. That game, it ended up being close, right?
Yeah, they came back.
But if you watch the totality of that game was never close. It was never close.
They came back and they had to do the trick play that didn't work. It's the plays that you have to practice and you think to yourself, I don't want to ever have to run these plays.
But we got to run them. We got to run them. And the crazy part about it, it wasn't a top tier opponent that you had to pull that out for.
Yeah.
It is a bottom tier level team.
Yeah. UCLA.
And no disrespect to UCLA.
You know what we call UCLA? Catfish.
I just said no disrespect to UCLA. And you gonna call them bottom of the barrel. You gonna call them bottom feeders.
Bottom feeders, exactly.
That's what you I just said no disrespect to you. I
don't have to disrespect, but
I don't even think I got to finish. I didn't get to finish the sentence.
Listen here, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. Listen. USC, UCLA, they are who they are.
How SC catch a stray?
Because they got dogged by Illinois.
Dog.
And we're gonna get to it, but Indiana dogged Illinois.
Yes,
so
they
know
did.
What that means about USC.
Boy, put a 60 piece on it.
I'm just over here giving out the timeline.
Okay.
Sometimes the timeline, you got to find out what the timeline is to understand history, so it don't repeat itself, huh?
Yeah, boy, you're preaching. Preaching. So with that loss that Penn State took, how do you now look at the Penn State win?
I look at the Penn State win separate of the team. They went into a hostile environment, an environment that can distract young people, young men that could be distracted if they didn't have the plan, right? But they had the plan, they executed, they processed, and they reacted, and they won the game. They bullied Penn State the way they have ought to bully them, especially hindsight.
Yeah. I'm with you. I still look at it as a good win, regardless of what, know, the committee or whatever, whoever. That is a great win in a hostile environment. That was a completely different team that played in Happy Valley versus the team that played at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, confidence. They were probably way more confident.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That when you watch that game, the spirit of that team is broken.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried been so focused on one moment for one thing, it's a buildup of it. It's you finally getting another chance at it and it doesn't go your way.
Oh yeah.
It's that feeling thereafter of like, damn, I did all of this and it did not go my way. I did all of this and I still end up on the short end. It's disheartening. And it seems like the conversation at Penn State, again, oh, we got this rematch. It's that game that's circled on the calendar, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at your schedule. Okay, we got Ohio. Oh, no, we got Oregon. Okay, we get opportunity for our get back. And when you get that opportunity and the way that it ended, right? We can't forget the way that game ended. You were getting whooped. You fight back, force overtime, go into overtime, go down and score. Everything is in your favor, momentum, everything is looking good. You know, shout out to the Hunger Games, may the odds forever be in your favor. And you felt like they were.
Yeah.
Oregon gets the ball, scores, gets the ball again, first play, goes down and scores again, and then you throw a pick. Like the way that it ended, right? It's not like you tried to go for it on fourth down and it just didn't work out, or it was a demoralizing defeat.
Yeah.
It was a demoralizing play. And so now you take that and you head to UCLA. It's a demoralized team, and I think they're in trouble.
Yeah, because they basically went to UCLA and had some triggers. You know, you get down, you get behind, you start having pity parties, start feeling sorry for yourself. And I've been on teams like that, no? It's the aftermath of realizing you aren't who you thought you were.
That hurt me. That hit me.
Yeah.
That hit me. It's like when you got to look yourself in the mirror and I'm not that guy.
Yeah, you're not that guy.
Damn. Ooh, that hurt me to the core.
To the core spirit. And so
I don't know if you can see me, but
yeah, don't worry, we'll pray afterwards.
Boy, that hurt.
But you know what? But you know what a good coach can do? He can rally the troops.
1,000%.
And it'll be interesting to see how Penn State responds to this UCLA loss. Because it kind of reminds me of Michigan, the year that we beat Michigan in Michigan at the Big House back in the day, since you're a young man. You want to always call me old. But back in the day, they lost to App State, and then they got their tails whipped by us. And they ended up going throughout the rest of the season and finishing, I think, undefeated. If I'm not mistaken, we'll have to tie that up later. But, you know, good coaches help their young players respond to adversity. And there is going to be some good that comes from that, for the Penn State organization, college, and team. But for right now, UCLA, it's gonna be to see what they do now, because now they got the torch. Okay, we just called them bottom feeders, and so maybe they find themselves mid-tier. I called them that.
I feel like I'm in the longest yard.
He did it, snitch.
Oh, hold on, come over here messing with the brothers. Oh, hold on, come over here messing with the brothers. Oh, no, but you are absolutely right. The momentum is now in UCLA's favor, right? And shout out to them, man, because they've been down for so long. So a win like this, it really, you know what was a beautiful moment for me as a father?
Yeah.
Watching Coach Neuheiser watch his son now be in that coaching position, watching the clips of him in the studio celebrating.
Yeah.
Then after the game, you know, him getting emotional. Like that was a beautiful moment, an absolute beautiful moment. Just to be able to, as a parent, you understand that, right?
Yeah, we all got a super proud moment. Like, man,
yeah,
like he literally, it just in the DNA.
Yeah, and it's to what Dad said when he was talking. He was like, you know, as a parent, it does your heart good. It makes you so proud when you see your child doing what they've always wanted to do, getting the opportunity to do it, and not just doing it. But my man went out there and called a game. Okay, called a absolute. Listen, it might be some conversations about, okay, which direction should we go as the head man, because you see how everybody responded to him. You know what I'm saying?
And you see a sense of pride in that game for the UCLA players, right?
Yeah.
You're the laughing stock of college football, and you have a quarterback that transfers because he got paid more. And it's like, well, did he make the right decision? No one will know until it's all said and done. But this is that was an opportunity for them to basically prove the haters wrong and about themselves, about the organization, and to give themselves a boost. And hopefully that coach gets a shot, man, because it's not often that you find, again, what we just talked about, a leader of men, or at least a leader that can get the attention and the respect of a group of men, right?
Yeah.
To all go into the dark or into the wilderness blind and just trust, right?
Yeah.
Trusting a process of someone else with your future career and your future wants to, and aspirations to be in the NFL and all those things, right? You're putting your trust in a man with a plan.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Shout out to the UCLA Booings. We are disrespectful.
Oh my God! Oh, so you want it now?
Listen,
they call the Booings.
I mean, no disrespect, but all disrespect at the same time.
I like that.
No disrespect, but disrespect.
Yeah.
But no disrespect though. But you get what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry about it. The puzzle will come together later.
So disrespect, but no disrespect.
Because
there ain't no respect needed.
I don't know what you just did and where you just went, but
that's what I got in my head.
Okay, well, however you got to break it down, however you got to make it make sense to you, I'm with you.
Make it make sense, not dollars.
Make it make sense. But bottom line, Duck fans, Duck family, that Penn State win for us is still a great win.
Mm-hmm.
That win still carries a lot.
Yeah.
And at the end of the season, we'll see that. We just got to continue to take care of business. We did what we were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
We went out to Happy Valley, we won the game, and now we come back this week, and this leads us right into where we need to be. We got another top 10 matchup. We got the Indiana Hoosiers coming to town. Coach Signetti has
game day.
Game day, college game day, back in the building. Ducks 2 times in 3 weeks on game day. This is going to be one of them ones. Coach Signetti has them boys playing ball, has them playing at an elite level. A lot of people thought last year was a fluke. A lot of people thought that it would be a one-off. Everybody thought that, okay, yeah, they just had one good year. But here they are again, sitting at 5-0, sitting at number 8, top 10 team in the country, traveling, coming down to Alton. This is the first time that these teams are playing again since 2004.
Mm-hmm.
A game in which Indiana got the best of us, got the best of us, 30-24.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. I was in high school, man.
You was in high school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in the 8th grade.
I was a junior in high school.
You was a junior?
Yeah. I was running all over the place. In Lacey.
You was 18, 17?
17, dog. 17, 16, maybe 16.
How old are you?
I'm 38. I'm 38, I think.
Hey.
Yeah, we old. How old are you? 36?
Who?
You 36.
You said who?
You 36, ain't you?
Don't speak French.
You
ain't no we. Ain't no we.
Yes.
Ain't no
yeah,
we.
You are
nothing.
Who's?
No
who?
we. No.
You as the owls.
Yeah. Listen, I don't get older. I just get more advanced, baby. That's it. Okay. I'm like a fine bottle of wine. I get better with time.
Hey, boy, you better not lie to yourself.
No, see, that's the problem.
Now look, you're getting older. Okay, but
no,
it doesn't
see,
make
you keep saying,
but just because you're getting older doesn't mean that you're losing.
I give you the mic back when I finish. I don't get older. I get more advanced. Okay, I don't.
You
get
do
older.
get advanced. We get better with time.
Just this age is a mindset and it's a mentality. Okay, if I feel old, I tell myself old. I begin to act old. I display what old looks like. Not me, baby. I'm young. Okay,
I'm young. Just stay moving. Stay. In the books, man. Read.
I tell. Yeah.
What you do to ignite your mind?
You said what?
What do you do to ignite your mind?
I don't know if I can say that on here.
All right. Well, okay.
No, serious. No, in all seriousness. I'm an outdoor guy. Right?
Okay.
I love being in the outdoors. So whether it's going on
last
a run,
episode, you was outside.
Yeah, for
for a little bit until the
for a
internet
little
kind of
bit.
gave out.
Yeah, I was getting whooped by technology. But nah, man, I go to view spots. I like to go sit and just allow my mind to clear. I allow my mind to free up. I go and I listen to music. I don't need the words. I listen to sounds, instrumentals, and
Lo-fi music.
Not even lo-fi. I'll have to send you my playlist. But I do like lo-fi though.
Yeah.
But I like to go and just let my mind recalibrate and open itself up. And I think being out in nature, like when I'm out in LA in the hills and I'm overlooking the cities, like it allows the possibilities of everything to come into my mind, right? Because
I
you're
like
looking
that.
you're looking at nothing but space and opportunity. And so those are the type things that I do. I read, currently reading Atomic Habits,
Mm-hmm.
doing that, staying that word, that's the best thing. But that's what I do. That's what I do for my mind. What about you? What does Jay? I know music is another thing outside of the.
I was just gonna say music, golf. I like to sit in dark rooms. I call it my little worship space. Like just to be in a dark room with nothing around me besides the carpet. I lay down and just look until I actually see the room. Because you know how your eyes adjust, and then now I'm just in there, right?
Yeah.
And so when your eyes adjust, you actually start to start to think and let your mind wander a little bit. But if I'm trying to, focus on something or I got something going on, I really try to go into game plan mode, right?
Okay.
But game plan mode can't go without God. And so whether it's the word that I read that morning, I'm sitting there thinking about that, praying about that. If there's a song that's on my mind, I'm sitting there thinking about that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, we're somewhat similar. My morning routine is the exact same every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I go to my quiet place.
Yeah.
Which is typically the bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go, I put a mat down, I get down on my hands and knees, I stretch, I get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I need that time in that space. I don't need to hear nothing from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear. I just need to be alone so I can now set the foundation for my day.
Yeah.
Running is another thing. I don't know how I left that out, but running is an absolute incredible tool that I've learned to utilize and has been a great benefit for me. But I don't know how we got it.
It's okay.
Yeah,
they needed to hear it. Because you know who needs to hear it? Penn State. Y'all need some coping. Y'all need some help with coping.
They need recalibration. They need a reset, a do-over. Shout out to them boys at Penn State, man. May the odds forever be in your favor. I hope y'all bounce back. I hope y'all shake back because it's good for the conference, right? It's good for the conference. It's good for college football. Prayers up for Coach Franklin.
Yeah.
Because I know you on the hot seat, brother.
Yeah.
Whether they want to say it or not. There. Yeah. Again, getting sidetracked a little bit, but this goes back to the question that I brought up last week of not, are you the guy for the job, but why are you the guy for the job? That's a question that has to be answered now, right?
Yeah.
Why are you, Coach Franklin, the guy for this job?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about this situation?
Yeah. Why? It's the why.
Yeah.
The Penn State fans and the powers that be, I need to know why. I need to know why we shouldn't go ahead and pack it up. But then a lot comes into play. Buyout, we don't know what the buy. Let's not go there. Let's focus on us. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But we got a 5-0 Indiana Hoosiers team coming in, a team that is hot, a team that is playing good ball, a team that is looking to come get their signature win of the season, right? You come into Alton facing the number 2 team in the country, number 3 team in the country, coming off a huge win 2 weeks ago at Penn State, a conference game, conference game. This is an opportunity for Indiana to make a statement, right? As I am, or we are, one of the top 5 teams in the country, because if they do come in and get that win, that's exactly where they'll be. I think they'll jump into the top 5. This is a team who new quarterback in the house, run game looks good, but there's a lot that can be exploited on this team, in my opinion. And one area specifically, if I'm talking from an offensive standpoint, I don't like their secondary. So I think with the quarterback that we do have and the receivers and tight ends that we do have, we create a lot of matchup problems for Indiana on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, and we have, obviously, the Heisman favorite to expose that, right? One of the things that I do have question with this type of environment, right? This is a home game for Oregon, and that is in our favor. But it can also be a double-edged sword, right? Because this type of game, especially with the things that have transpired with Penn State, certain teams losing, Ohio State's #1 still, and we're getting to mid-season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things are going to be magnified. So every mistake is going to be magnified. And now and I say magnified, meaning if Indiana is who they are, any mistake can hurt you, right?
Yeah.
But vice versa. That's why I say it's a double-edged sword. Because clearly this is a home game for us. And Indiana, you come in here if you want to and you think you're just going to just do whatever you want, that's not necessarily going to be the game plan for you either. So this, to me, like the magnitude of this game, which is the reason why College Game Day is going to be there.
Yeah.
It's something that if you would have asked, if this Indiana game was going to be what it is now, I would have said no in the beginning of the season.
Why. Tell me why.
It's because the quarterback situation. Obviously, they had the quarterback transfer from Cal, and so that quarterback situation and the shakeup there preseason, I wasn't aware of, right? Wasn't sure of, and so clearly he's panned out for Indiana in ways that I don't think a lot of people actually had a little bit more positivity about Indiana than I did, right? But now that this is panned out to where it is now, you have no other choice but to say that this is going to be one of those groundbreaking games that dictate what Oregon's going to be like and what Indiana's going to be like moving forward, right? And I honestly think if it's a blowout for Indiana, that's a bad look for them. If it's a close game, it's a good look for them.
Yeah.
And vice versa. That's why I say this game and this environment is such a double-edged sword. And I have more faith in our team because of our coaching staff, for one, because no matter what happens, they gonna bounce back. And
we
no
got
matter
DTM.
they can fall in the first quarter 20-0. It ain't gonna happen, but if they can do it, they're gonna be a team that's gonna be able to bounce back. Right?
Yeah.
Unlike, their experience when they played Illinois. They blew Illinois out of the water. They found themselves in deep water real quick.
Listen, drowning. They was drowning before they realized they was drowning.
Yeah, so I think that's the biggest differences here when it comes to the talent. We look at talent on the field, but we've been talking for the last 2 years about the talent that in our coaching rooms, right? So
exactly.
That, to me, leaves me feeling very positive about this game.
And as you should. And going back to the Penn State game, one of the keys for me was having Dan Lanning. Having, when you compare the two coaches, Coach Frank, Coach Lanning, I thought that we had the upper hand. And so even in this situation, this is one of those games, right? I think obviously it's a top 10 matchup, right? So College Game Day wants to be there. But then when you look at everything outside of what's in front of you, right? You look at what just took place with Penn State, the lull that they had from that loss. Now you look at Oregon, okay, do you have a hangover from that victory? Because that can also be the case, right? A hangover doesn't always come after something bad, but a hangover can come from you expending so much energy and being so overjoyed and elated that you won this game that now we aren't who we're supposed to be. We aren't executing at a level. But also, I think that bye week came at the perfect time, right? You get that win, a huge win, and this celebration, the excitement, the joy. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of adrenaline that was released in that game after that game, and so now you get that bye week. You get the opportunity. Okay, let's take in that game, right? Let's bask in it for a little bit, but now let's get back to baseline and let's work, let's grind. And so you kind of work through that, and not having to come to play right after that win, I think works in our favor. I believe Mendoza has been phenomenal for Indiana.
Yeah.
I think they have a solid run game. Defensively, they have a safety, or I want to get the young boy's name right before I just say anything. D'Angelo Pons is a cat, and Amir, I hope I'm saying this right, Amir Farrell. Two guys that are pretty good players, but again, I don't think Indiana has enough, right, to make this the type of game that they want to. I know they want to make it a physical game. I think this will be a physical game again that will be won and lost in the trenches, just like every other game. But again, where we have the edge are in the two most important places on the field. We really have an edge all the way around, right?
Yeah.
If you look at defensive lines, we have the edge there. If you look at secondary, I believe we have the edge there. If you look at receivers, we definitely have the edge there. If you look at the only place where I'm not sure if we do have the edge is O-line.
Yeah.
I think Indiana's O-line is pretty sealed together and pretty impactful. But quarterback wise, we have the edge. Running back wise, we have the edge. So in totality, I don't know. This game may not be close, right? It may not be. And again, now Indiana's coming into a hostile environment. Again, college game day, top 10, and you know what our fan base is going to be like. I feel like this game will have that kind of sound that Ohio State game had last year.
Yeah.
I think you know what Alton going to do.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting too because, Indiana's toughest game that they played was Illinois. And so we have nothing but to think about.
Can we call that tough?
But we can. That's what I was going to say. We were like, hold on now. So, like, they just played USC.
Mm-hmm.
They beat USC, and USC, there was a game on that schedule. Michigan State. USC played Michigan State, and Michigan State scored too many points on them.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I'm looking at what's the defense doing here, right? How are these games going? That's the reason why I'm so glad that the games that we were supposed to win and dog, like we did that, right? Because it leaves no question.
Yeah,
right?
That's a tell. That's absolutely a tell.
And so I look back at this Illinois team, and I'm like, did they just have a bad day? I don't know. Because they barely beat USC. And USC to me isn't that they are inferior. That's the nicest way I'm gonna put it. So when I'm looking at Indiana, you beat the dog breaks off of Illinois, but who is Illinois? Okay.
Right.
You don't know who they are. They came out of nowhere for whatever reasons, because somebody said that they were good. And everybody believed it, even them for a little bit. Right. So this is gonna be a test for Indiana.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt it.
And I think it's going to be an ultimate test for Oregon to establish a dominance.
Yeah. It'll be a test all the way around. Again, if I'm looking at, I don't know if this game stays close. I don't. I really don't know if it does. I think for a little bit, again, it's going to be a physical matchup. I did like what I seen from Indiana versus Iowa. Out at Iowa. Obviously, Iowa being probably one of the most physical teams in the Big Ten every single year. I did like what I seen from them, but it's just, I think it's a different animal that's waiting on them in Eugene, right?
Yeah.
It's a different monster, a different mentality, a different attitude, different demeanor, and a different way of going about and doing things. Starting at the head and everything that trickles down from there. This team is completely different. Again, I don't think this game will be close.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you think that this is going to be a Heisman test or a Heisman battle?
When you say a Heisman battle.
Like, because Mendoza, he's having quite the season. They've given him some, first round hype for the NFL, right? So you're talking about a team that is where they are because they got a transfer in and basically is, no question, the MVP for their team, right? And we got Dante Moore, who is obviously the betting favorite. Do you think that this is a battle between Heisman, or is this a Heisman test for Dante Moore?
I'll go test. And reason being, I can't say battle is because Indiana just doesn't have enough on the offensive side of the ball. If we look at their roster, they have one receiver in Omar Cooper Jr.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you look at the opposite side, you have Malik, you have J-Mac, you have Decorian, you have Kenjon Sadiq, you have Jamari. So I think it'll be more of a test than anything else. Like, can you continue to play the way that you have played? Can you continue to play at this elite level that you've been able to play at, Dante? Can you continue to lead your team? Can you continue to be calm, cool, and collected in all aspects of the game? Can you continue to come out and make these elite throws? Can you continue to come out and fit the ball in these tight windows? Can you continue? I think this is more of a test of can you continue rather than are you better, right?
Yeah.
I think
like
that's
that.
more. Yeah, I think that's what it more comes down to. Just a test of who you are and can you remain the same? Can you continue to be consistent as you have been?
Yeah.
And so that's what I think it comes down to. I just don't think all sides of the field are fair. And that's nobody's fault. Get out there and recruit, right? But Indiana is going to come into Alton and give them their absolute best shot. The bottom line is Oregon has a target on their back.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom line is you are the reigning Big Ten champions, and everybody wants to knock you off. Oregon, Ohio State, those are the two teams in the conference that are going to get everybody's best shot. Everybody, because that is the standard, right? Ohio State being the national champion and Oregon right up under them. That's just what the standard is. So you have to come out and expect Indiana to play lights out for as long as Oregon allows them, which I don't think will be long. I think our defense is going to come in and continue to play. Listen, last week or 2 weeks ago was it was a marker for me, right? I expect that every single week. The way that defensive line and those linebackers played together in unison in the run game, that was your only weak spot.
Yeah.
Right? We haven't faced a dominant receiver as of yet. And so, again, we've talked about this since the beginning of the season about how this season works in our favor from players getting opportunities and getting reps up under their belt, right? So now our secondary is molding and shaping and getting more confident and coming together. But I expect what I've seen from our defense versus Penn State that you can't dip under that. You know what I'm saying? For three and a half quarters, y'all played lights out football.
Yeah.
Absolute light. Y'all played like a championship defense.
Yeah.
That's what I seen. That's the expectation. And so if that is the marker, which knowing Tosh, knowing Coach Lanning, and knowing those guys, that's what's being said. Listen, we can't go backwards. We can't go backwards because now we've shown what we can do. So now that's the expectation.
Yeah.
And so if we come out and look like that again, this game.
Yeah, Indiana is a litmus test. You know what I'm saying? For legitimacy. If you win, this is overnight belief for the public eye, right? If you lose, this is, narrow belief. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a blurred line there. And I think, because I'm just looking at these, I'll actually start looking at the betting lines here. The line opened up at 10.5, and it has slid simply because of that Penn State game.
Yeah.
People started to believe in Indiana more because the Penn State game.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do, Oregon, to disprove that? Because we're human, okay? In this day and age, there's too much noise to ignore all of it, right?
Yeah.
And so part of this game now is to go out there and prove to yourself first, but ultimately it echoes, okay?
Yeah.
So when you go into this game this weekend, you want to be where the college game day comes next. That's how you play this game. And because if you go win thinking to yourself, okay, this is like Ohio State. No, this isn't Ohio State, actually. This is Indiana, who has a lot to prove. This is an Indiana team that has a history of not being good.
Yeah.
So you actually have a college that, like, I look at Colorado, right? Last 2 years with Dion coming on scene with Shador. The amount of exposure that they got was because of Dion and Shador, and they were playing pretty good. But the magnitude in which every game carried for that college, for that school, for that city, for that state, it was impactful, right? The economic impact that college brought, I can only assume that Indiana is somewhat similar because they are in they are in uncharted territory.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you go into this game, you absolutely have to bring your best foot forward and don't look back. Do not look back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, yesterday is over with.
Yesterday's over with.
Today. All you have is today's problems and hope for what tomorrow brings.
Uh,
I like it. I like it. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. So
boy, hey, you something else, boy.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I'm glad
Gary
I know
Barner,
you.
my
I'm
father,
glad I
okay?
know you, man.
Listen, I'm Gary Barner's son.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know every time Kenjon called my phone, it's a picture of him and it's a picture of his daddy and his mom smooching, and it's a reminder of what comes first in life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You a
Comes
good
second. I appreciate you, man. Getting back to this. This is this is another reason not to keep going back to Penn State, but why that Penn State win was so important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't win that game, Indiana plays Penn State later on down the line, and we can assume what Penn State is, right? We don't know what they will be after these last two games, but we can almost assume that Indiana will go down there and take care of business because the game is at Penn State. So, but you think that they would, right?
Yeah, because Penn State fried chicken right now.
Boy, barbecue chicken, licking your fingers, licking your chops, okay? A good plate of food that's looking ready, prime prepped and ready to get ate.
Yeah.
So if Oregon doesn't win that game, we have nobody left on our schedule that could get us back into the conversation of a Big Ten championship or get us any sort of notoriety. And so when you look at the remaining schedule for Indiana, they have a Penn State, but nobody else after that. So that's why that win was so important, because we don't have anyone else.
Nobody, baby.
We and Keith Sweat. No, we have nobody. And this again is another game for us that, in my opinion, every game is a must win, right? But there's certain games where it's like, no, we have to win this game.
Yeah.
Because if Indiana comes out there, squeaks out a win, and goes on to beat Penn State, now we're on the outside looking in because we don't play Ohio State.
Yeah.
We don't get an opportunity to force in tie breaks and all of that. So this is another must win for our Ducks. And it's not a weight that we have to carry, but it's just a simple fact of the matter.
Yeah, we just don't want to get to the point where it's the championship, Big Ten championship, that determines anything.
Yeah. Nah, we want to be right where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there. So, where we at? What's the line on this game?
Had it.
Just had it.
Just had it. Good Lord of mercy.
7.5.
Yeah, it was 10.5.
Yeah. That's right. I wanted to get to that. You talked about the line changing, right, because of that Penn State loss, and we talked about what do we do as Oregon, and you come out and you stump a mud hole in these boys. It's not about what the world thinks or what it's about knowing who you are when you look in the mirror. Oftentimes,
ladies and gentlemen, if you don't listen, the graphic of a mud hole into someone.
Yeah, that's what you do. You come out and you stump a mud hole in them. You absolutely come out, and to your point, you said it earlier. Penn State wasn't who they thought they were. No. We come out and be exactly who we are. The greatest thing about greatness is it's oftentimes determined by people who never have to look into our mirror, right? But the only person that determines greatness is that person who does look into that mirror each and every single day.
Yeah.
And so as a Oregon player, as a Oregon coaching staff, know who you are, know what your greatness is, and you come out and display. When they kick that ball off, you display your greatness from the time that clock starts at 15 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever it is in the first, until it hits 0 in the fourth. You come out and absolute dominate. Who cares what the line is?
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, I'm the captain. Who cares what people think? Who cares how people feel about the Penn State win now? It's not about Penn State. It's not about Penn State. It's not about Indiana. It's not about Iowa. It's not about Wisconsin. It's not about Washington. It's not about anybody else. Chip used to say this all the time. It's a faceless opponent, meaning it's about nobody but you.
Yeah.
So come out.
Feeble.
F everybody but us, okay? Everybody but us.
Feeble.
Yeah, feeble. Screenshot that picture right there, right? Screenshot that and post it. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's feeble. Everybody, we all know what opinions are. Everybody has them. You know what I'm saying? It's not about none of that. It's about us coming out, playing our brand of football, coming out dominating and continue to build on what we're building on.
Well said. Listen,
So with that, go ahead.
You just always amaze me with the stuff that you be saying.
Appreciate
Stump
you,
a mud hole in somebody.
Yeah, exactly that. Just stump a mud. Or listen, I got a graphic that I could, but I'm not gonna go there because I don't want people to know that side.
I was born in the darkness.
Yeah, you just adapted to it. I was born in this. Yeah, no, it's levels to this. And to that point right there, it's levels to this.
Yes.
And this is Oregon's opportunity and chance to continue to go out and prove. Listen, Meek Mill. There's levels to this. Point blank period. And y'all are not at our level. You're not on our level. You're not near our level. You're not you can't sniff our level. You know what I'm saying? You're just not there. And so with Oregon being a 7.5-point favorite, we going over or under. You thinking too long. You thinking too long.
Over.
Thank you.
Over.
Thank you for getting to it.
You know why? You know why?
Tell me why. I like the smile. I like the smirk. Tell me why.
Because Dante Moore realized 2 weeks ago that he really, really liked that. And when he realized that he was really, really like that, the coaching staff was like, yes, we're going to open up this playbook. We're going to open it all the way up. And if we only got Indiana to play, to prove our worth and our value, I want 1/3 of that playbook.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it.
7.5.
I love it. I love what you just said. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I want more of it.
Matter of fact, I don't love it. I'm in love with it, okay? Definitely going over. And I'm going to stay right in line with what you just said. Dante Moore realized exactly who he was. Dante arrived. That was that arrival moment of, you know what? I'm here. I can do this, and I can do it at an elite level. So I think, I just got, I'm going over. And I'm going, Ducks by 1,000,000. I think I don't think this game will be close. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, like we've said, was a game that not just for Dante but for this team, right?
And for me too. It was a game for me too.
Yeah.
Shout out Dante, man, doing that for us.
Yeah, he did it for all of us. We living vicariously through you, brother. We live through all y'all. Okay, I'm with y'all. I'm right there.
I DM De'Ara Hill. I said, hey, brother, keep it going. You gonna be
keep
special.
Going.
Okay,
keep going.
We need more like you, boy.
Listen, I don't want to keep talking about them two young boys, but them two young boys, the future is so bright, so bright, and not only at the running back spot, Stu, everywhere across the board. Our secondary, right? Finney Jr., true freshman, dog. We haven't even seen a lot of Naeem, who was a top corner in his class. Dog.
No, hey, we know. You know what we need to do?
What's up?
The next episode, we gonna have Boss, Patrick, Thurm, or somebody.
I was just talking to him. No, we need to have them all.
Have all
Ryan.
Y'all.
We need to figure out how to make this.
Bird,
we need to figure out how to make Riverside compatible.
We're gonna get you.
Pull him out the shadows. You got to pull him out the shadows.
We're going to get you back on Wi-Fi.
Pull him out the shadows. We need you, Jay Bird. But no, for real, that's absolutely what we need to do. Because me and my dad was having this conversation maybe 2 days ago. And we was talking about the D-boys. And I was telling the young cat that I continue to give love to, Flowers. I love.
You've been talking about Flowers ever since.
I absolutely love the way that he plays the game, his attitude and mentality. And so I was telling my dad, and he watched the game. He was like, them DBs is playing. I said, Daddy, they coming up and they hitting. Like he said, I think back. Are the D-boys back?
Are they? If your daddy say they back, then they back.
He said, you think the D-boys is back? I said, the way that they play, they just might be back. And he said it, them D-boys you play with, them boys, he said his exact words, they was rugged. He said they was rugged. He said they was rugged, and they didn't care.
Yeah,
I said, no, they didn't. He said, they'd talk
the
to you like they didn't
grimy-
like you. I said, yeah,
grimy.
they was grimy, cutthroat, straight to the
Give
point,
me that.
in your face with it.
It's my ball. Give me that jersey.
Yeah, that's definitely what we need to do. That's definitely what we need to do. We need to get that figured out. But with that being said, that's all we got time for, okay?
Mhm.
And as always, Stu, I love you.
I love you too, dog.
And remember, ducks of a feather flock together, and we out, baby.